The question I'm answering is most of what I thought I'd have figured out by now, career, purpose, direction, still feels out of reach. I get overwhelmed before I even start, waiting for some spark of clarity or motivation that never seems to come. I keep telling myself once I get it together, things will change, but I am still stuck. And I can't help but wonder, what if that moment never comes? All right. So, and I'm looking off to the side and looking at the question. So, the first thing I'm starting with is, okay, the first thing I'm kind of connecting with is I get overwhelmed before I even start. And so when it comes to, creative endeavors, you have to start messy. You just have to start feeling like you are for sure fucking it up, okay? And so that start, what does it look like to start? It looks like literally you sit your black ass down, or whatever you are, white, brown, whatever, where, yellow, wherever you are with it, right? But you sit your ass down and you just sit there and just know that you're a mess. That's the beginning, is just you sit down. Just sit the fuck down. And if you're writing in this case, or if you're painting or whatever the hell it is, you just sit and you look at your manuscript or what you have of it, and you make that all that you're doing. You're just sitting there. Just sit, right? Even just set a timer for 10 minutes and just sit there and just let the overwhelm come, all the voices of this is gonna suck, this is terrible, blah, 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 blah. And all you're aiming for literally is just like one sentence. That's it. I created years ago, when I was still working on just the first draft of 99 Problems. And actually you can flip through my Instagram to see where I had a goal of 100 words per day. That's what I felt like I could do, sleepy, tired, cranky, with not enough time, a little buzzed every once in a while. But I was like, what could I do? What do I feel like I could do in my sleep? And I was like, I could do 100 words. That's too easy. I need to set a higher goal. No, it needs to be 1,000 words, because then I know we get somewhere. And that's where we, So when you are feeling overwhelmed, sit down and set a goal that's like, it's not even going to get me anywhere. 10 words, one sentence, 10 minutes, whatever. Well, set a goal that's not going to get you anywhere. And that will be the very goal that will begin to get you, quote unquote, somewhere. Okay? You say, I get overwhelmed before I even start, waiting for some spark of clarity or motivation that never seems to come. That is because the spark of clarity or motivation can only come after you have started. After you have started. And the only way to start when you are in this state of overwhelm is to start and feel like shit as you start. Know for sure that you are a failure as you start. Know for sure that you're the first person in the history of the world who's had this great an idea and can't seem to make it translate. Just sit there and just sit there. And then what happens though is you come back again the next day and you sit again and you write one terrible sentence, or you sit for 10 minutes. I'd say no more than 10 minutes, right? Just sit there for a little while and just do something shitty. Anne Lamott wrote a great book called Bird by Bird about creativity and writing, but it applies to all creativity. But she has a whole chapter called Shitty First Drafts. And there is no way that what you write initially is not going to be shitty. Or it's going to be like, well, somebody else might say it's good, but I know what I'm capable of. I know what my goals are. This is not approaching it. No, it's not. The reason why I am a good writer, and I do consider myself a good writer, the reason why I am a good writer is that I am willing to write badly at first. And it just takes practice to be willing to write badly, where it's just like, and then you just, once you don't take writing badly personally, you just find that you get better and better